You're live now, by the way.
Yeah. Hello. Welcome to the Republic of Players. I'm sorry that there was shown the Is That Canon starter. I really have to get back to my old ways of looking at everything what I have. If you can hear me. I'm not a professional. Anyway, Aidan, how are you, my friend?
I'm not just a bad Paddy. Happy to be here.
You have a new game downloading.
Yeah. Baldur's Gate 3 is out as of 4 o'clock today. It's 100 and something gigs, so it'll be a while before I get to play it.
There's no preload, though, is there not?
You can't preload on Steam if you have early access, because it breaks the early access build.
Jesus.
Fair enough.
Well, that's not good, is it? Are you getting a jump?
No.
Tempted, but looking at it, I'd be like, oh, it's not my type of game. But also, literally everybody has said this is the best game that's been ever made ever. So that's kind of a good endorsement. So I might see what it looks like. And then I might give
The
it
best game ever made ever.
The hype is real. That's all I'm going to say.
Has there been much out about Baldur's Gate 3? Was there people saying they didn't know much about it and they weren't going to share?
Hugely hyped for the past couple of years.
Yeah.
Talk me through Baldur's Gate. If I was someone that didn't have a clue about Baldur's Gate, what would it be about?
You know those computer RPG games where you have a party and you move them around and you do stuff?
Yeah.
That's Baldur's Gate's what pretty much created that.
It created it. That was the first one.
Well, it wasn't the first one, but it was one of the first huge ones. First Baldur's Gate games were like royalty in the CRPG genre.
It's interesting.
If you played Divinity or Divinity Original Sin 2, those games are very much like it.
Yeah. No, I know the type straight away when you say it. Is Diablo kind of the same then?
The Diablo's because Diablo's always only controlling one character. These are party based.
Yeah.
And you can't play with you can play with different people in Diablo, can't you? No.
Yeah, well you can play co-op, but there's more than one person involved.
All right. Okay.
But Diablo's it's more of an active game. These are.
It's almost like Diablo's almost like a freaking looter shooter kind of dungeon crawler, nearly like looter shooter. The stuff is not a shooter, but you know what I mean. Like it's getting better gear.
It's a looter.
Looter.
It's a looter, maybe not a shooter. And you're excited to play it. Sorry, go on, John.
No, I was saying, Shane, and you know more about me, but Baldur's Gate, don't they have the Dungeons and Dragons license as well?
Baldur's Gate 3 is a complete one-to-one adaptation of the Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition rules.
Wow.
So, and it's pretty good. I bought it on early access like a year and a half ago. Played a little bit of it. It's cool going into a game knowing exactly how the combat works before the game even starts. It's such a good. If you've ever played a tabletop game, the rules are exactly the same. And it's Larian. Larian make just the best of these games. Divinity Original Sin 2 is one of the best PC games ever made.
It sounds like a good game to do. And then your mates buying it, or have you got online mates?
Yeah. Oh, I know. My D&D crew are all going to buy it and we'll play a game over that.
Nice.
You can do things like there's a GM mode where you can make your own campaign in the game, and a guy gets to play as the GM and control the monsters, and people run through it as a group.
So it's just basically a D&D on game. Yeah. That sounds awesome. To be fair, that's fair. That's class.
I've seen there's a clip going around. I've seen a few people do it. It's obviously from the early access or whatever, where it must be the start of the game because a squirrel bites you. And you can either forgive it or kick it. But everyone I've seen has kicked the squirrel. And I saw a guy roll an actual 20, and he actually basically kicks it into mush. It looks hilarious.
Oh, I guarantee letting that squirrel live is going to be good in the long run.
Yeah, probably. Come back in the final boss, Squirrely.
You never seen it coming.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be your type of game, John, would it? You wouldn't play that kind of game, would you?
You see, I've just never been, and again, it's probably just bias on my end. I was never into. It's going to sound so weird. Isometric games, other than maybe Age of Empires and stuff like that. And you know what I mean? Technically, isn't the Binding of Isaac? It's well, no, that's top down. It's more like an old Zelda game. But you know what I mean?
You don't like that angle.
I don't like that angle, but usually, I don't like games where it's things on your hotbar. And that's not true because there's one game I did get into, which is Final Fantasy 14 Online, that was more because friends I was playing with, and I didn't care about the story. I kept just clicking through everything. I just tried to be where my friends were so we could fight the raid bosses. That was fun.
Yeah,
but
very good as well.
On the whole, usually I don't really enjoy those games. But looking into how much has gone into this game, like I was reading something where like other developers have come out and said like, don't expect like this game's been in development for so long. Don't expect like other games to be like this because it's so good. Like it's so in depth. There's so much depth to it that like it's a game that had to be developed for this long.
Well, I don't think it would never be my type of game. I don't think I'd ever try. I don't know. I've watched people play them and I just don't get. I just don't understand. Like, you know, whenever I've seen Final Fantasy 14 and I've watched them and it's like, you just don't get it. You need to do it in this way and this lad needs to come over here and you really need to be there and back him up and you need to use your power at the right time and all this. I'm like, I have no idea what's going on the screen. Good for you.
And I'm like that with most games as well. What intrigues me about something like Baldur's Gate 3 is, again, I always go on about something like Fallout New Vegas, and why Fallout New Vegas is like my favorite of the Fallouts is because I always felt like I could do whatever I wanted. I didn't like this guy, I could murder him. As like, but he's a main character, it doesn't matter. I could do this, I could be a bad guy for a while. And it's complete freedom. And having watching kind of some clips of this and what people are talking about, it seems like you can kind of do whatever you want. Like I've seen stuff like, oh, I'm actually going to use heat over there, and I'm going to that random puddle. I'm going to heat the puddle so that a mist comes up, so that it blocks. And like you mightn't even think of stuff like that. It looked like the amount of stuff you can do if you just use your brain.
Yeah.
Complete freedom, nearly, and that aspect really does intrigue me.
Roland, shout out to you.
This is the D&D thing. D&D are really good for, especially like early levels, allowing you to use like really simple objects to your advantage. Like I'm a big fan of, I don't go anywhere without a bag of ball bearings because any hallway you throw a bag of ball bearings down is going to work out for you. So that's, and like this game like allows things like that. They have caltrops, they have ball bearings. Flasks of oil are incredibly useful and very cheap. Things light on fire really easily.
Yeah, it sounds like plan. Yeah, that again, stuff like that. That intrigues me. The fact that
organic gameplay.
How long have you been playing D&D?
I started 5 or 6 years ago.
And you play it like every few weeks, or?
Well, for the first 3 years we played every Friday, and then the pandemic kind of killed it. Now recently I've gone back playing online with a group.
Oh, cool. It's great though. You have the means to do it online as well, like Discord and anything you need. So Zoom.
If I didn't start playing D&D, I wouldn't be doing this podcast.
Why?
Because it's the thing that sort of helped me get out of my shell. It was really good for me.
Okay.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
well, that's
nice.
good.
Yeah.
No, I understand. No, it's
Not
great.
silly voices in front of your mates. A lot of your anxieties about things disappear.
Yeah, true. Let you have to. I think that affects a lot of people in different ways. The whole pandemic. It still comes up nearly every day. Someone talks about it. I suppose it wasn't that long ago, but we're past it now.
It's our 9/11.
No.
It's our 9/11.
It's our 9/11 was 9/11.
We were alive.
We're old. Don't
Yeah,
play that. We're not in our.
I can remember. I can still remember that coming home from school, and I was like, "What happened?"
Yeah.
There was no phones back then.
or it started a great famine.
Jesus. I don't know. We'll move on. We're going to start with some gaming news. We're back. We're on this. Mike, I'll sit away a bit. Twitch, I've done something good. Well, in my opinion, good anyway. Yeah, for once. They're usually on the on end. They have. I'm going to. Let me see. I've got it here. They have banned promotion of Counter-Strike gambling. I've actually noticed that in the last while, Counter-Strike's making a big comeback, and I think that's because the new game is coming out.
Yeah, Counter-Strike 2's.
Yeah, it's not out yet, but it is coming. Streaming megasite Twitch has updated its community guidelines and now prohibits streamers from promoting or being sponsored by Counter-Strike global offensive skin gambling sites. The new ban could impact CSGO streamers who have lucrative deals with these controversial websites. Now, it seems like every year we're getting more and more like coming down on this gambling and gaming. I've seen every streamer I watch, like Tim the Tap Man, Nick Marks, all them massive streamers that are massive in their communities have been doing these boxes. Dr. What's his name? Disrespect. He's been doing it as well. Like, it's not a good look to be pushing to kids and ever like, oh, look at these boxes. You could make 100 grand if you just open these boxes. Like, that's a lot of money. I want to do it.
It's a tale as old as time. Sure, like it was like it wasn't a syndicate, or I don't want to befuddle his name wrong, but wasn't a syndicate who had he made his own site and then was promoting it like it wasn't his site. Years ago.
The big controversy.
The big controversy, yeah.
Oh my god, that was so bad.
He had his own CSGO skin site, and he was basically like, "Oh, this site's great." And
pretending that.
But like he owned the site, so obviously he could manipulate the background and be like, "Make me win more than anyone else." And it was an absolute massive scandal. I thought that was the end of it there, but obviously it's still proceeded because it's like still massive.
It's only. Sorry, go on, Nathan.
But it is incredibly addictive. I played like Dota uses the exact same boxes and key system Counter-Strike uses, and like I'll be like, there's it goes, buy some keys. Oh, I need to buy some keys. Jeez, and like it's like crazy addictive.
Yeah, and it's crazy addictive to watch as well. A lot of people love watching it. A lot of people go watch they just go, even like you go FIFA packs and all that. People just go to streams to watch people open the bloody things. Apex is the same thing. You keep all the packs and open them all. It's all that. It's them endorphins. It's the quick rush.
I do the same with watching people like open trading cards. I do that a lot.
Yeah,
it's the same as all of you. You're like, oh, Charizard, come on, you're gonna get a Charizard. It's like Logan Paul, the dickhead. He did a big massive thing there last or the year before, and he got millions of people just watching him open packs of Pokemon cards. Now, to be fair, they were like the original Pokemon cards, but like it died in
20k a box.
Yeah, 20k a box. He got robbed as well. Good enough for him.
He did.
But there was something else I pulled up earlier on, and it was saying that gamers and gambling are not really. They're not really running in line. They don't really. It doesn't. If you're a gamer, it doesn't really mean you be a gambler. And if you're a gambler, it doesn't mean you really be a gamer. It's a kind of a weird study, but it kind of makes sense as well. I suppose.
I don't know. Them figures are pretty like what 78%, 0.5% of gamblers have played video games in the last year, and 70% of gamers have gambled in the last year.
But is that not just because like of the age we are now? Like we're a lot of our age be gambling or younger. And we have a lot of gamers.
It is definitely that, but I also think gambling tries to just make itself feel as much like a game as possible.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
The gamification,
Right.
sure, like the absolute, the ding, 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 like slot machines, all that kind of stuff. It's all the noise. It's all the same things that they make you to buy loot boxes. Sure, the same.
Yeah.
Freaking, again, not the same thing because it wasn't in-game currency or anything like that. It was all in-game stuff. No real money was used. But the freaking slot machines in Borderlands 2. I was obsessed with them. They were literally just to get guns in the game and like no real money, but like I could spend an hour just be like, and it's just all these like mental tricks that they're
horrible things. They have it in Australia. They call them, what are they called? They're like slot. They call their slot machines, but they have a different name for them, and they're loads of different buttons. And you just sit there all day pressing the button.
Yeah.
I can't remember. There's some weird name they have in Australia for them. But there was a lad that was working with us, and he was about a couple of years older than me, and I swear to God, he put all his wages in. He borrowed money again. He sold all his stuff, and he kept going back to that machine. And it's just a sick disease. Do you know what I mean? Once it gets you, and that's that's where I see the problem with the stuff, having stuff in the game, because it's very like it. It might start off. And next thing you're in a machine and it feels the same, you know, that kind of way. It's one of them things that's always going to keep coming up. Like year in, year out, it's always going to come up on this podcast anyway, I say.
Yeah. It's the dream of getting one up on your circumstances. That's really what it is. Because, well, I wouldn't say I'm a gambling addict, but I don't gamble anymore on purpose. Because there was a situation where I was living in Kilkenny.
Yeah.
And I got really into, like, betting. I really got into it. It's like, because I used to basically be on the breadline because I was paying really high rent, all this kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And there was one day where I basically started playing roulette. And I actually got to the point where it got so bad where I had to make one more bet. And if I lost the bet, I had no money for rent. And
Jesus.
I straight up won that bet. It was only a €50 loss. And I never bet against since then.
Well,
so
they-
I do
you're
slightly
lucky.
have the bug. I do slightly have the bug.
Everybody has a slightly. Everybody, I think, nearly everybody.
Yeah, an addictive personality.
Yeah. No, like it's a bugs game. Like you'll never win completely. Like if you watch professional gamblers doing it, it takes such amount. Like they have to open like 30 different websites and make bets that like are like 3 to 5. You know what I mean? They make things that are just the odds are in their favor slightly, and they just do that all the time. It's never massive wins. It's just little bits.
Yeah.
But I have seen, like, I used to gamble myself when the football more like, but I used to be more about the stats and reading into this, reading into that, but then I just give it, because at the end of the day, it bored me in the end, because it's silly. Like, I don't even like buying lottery tickets. It's silly to me. It's like the odds of winning is ridiculous. Why would they give you a tenner every week? There's people who flat out, and I love fair play to them, but the odds of winning a lottery are bloody insane.
I will find random accumulators on Twitter and put them on randomly.
Yeah,
Occasionally.
why not?
Once I did 1,200 on it.
Yeah, no, that's like I used to accumulate it myself and do everything like that. I won a few times. I don't know. It's one of them things. I'm very much more like go out and make money rather than try and gamble and make money. Do you know, kind of. Ronan says FIFA content creators will tell you viewers prefer watching pack openings than the actual game being played. Yeah, because it just hits them it hits the endorphins. Just it does something different. It's like you want to be involved. Like you want to be involved in it. Imagine you got a big, massive player or something like that. There. Ooh, look straight to Twitter. Look, watch this. Well,
anyone can go online and play the game, but not everybody can go online and spend 600 quid on packs.
100%.
Exactly.
Nobody like that's a fact.
And it's the reaction. It's the reaction of when you finally do hit it. It's the oh my god. It's the clip. It's what they're all waiting
Oh man, that overacted shit with that is the most annoying stuff. I get why people do it.
That's kind of like content creators in general. Like, Twitch streamers, like.
There's one guy I watched open Yu-Gi-Oh packs, and I think at the stage it's gotten to the point where it's just a meme. He'll like run around the room and bash his head off the door.
Yeah. Like who's that? Speed is I Show Speed. He's made he's made a career out of it.
That's
out of screaming.
Yes, basically.
I'm fully convinced, and I think I'm more convinced of it every single day that I Show Speed is the greatest work of all time. I swear to God, he's not that stupid, and he's not like everything he's doing. He's smarter than everyone.
Oh, he's definitely playing it up.
He's absolutely.
He got bet up or something, did he? I see him in hospital there. I don't know what happened though.
He got a tension
He's
headache.
the opposite of Aiden Ross.
He got a tension headache, and that's what did it to him.
Apparently you can get swelling in the eye with a tension headache or something like that. He got really bad. That's what I heard. Who knows?
Jeez, he looked hard. He looked in an awful state. He looked like he got bet up. That's what it looked like to me.
Allegedly, that's what happened to him anyway.
Man, if he was on the character, that'd be so funny.
Oh, I'm convinced of it.
It's a character.
Yeah, Speed. Absolutely.
Yeah, probably could be. It could be a bit of both. He seems like he has ADHD or something. He's a nut job.
Yeah,
Who's the other guy? Kai seen it?
Kai said it. Yeah.
Yeah, they're great at shouting.
Yeah.
Like I'm more into me like chill streamers like KSI or something. Like, at least you can sit there and chill with him, not be screaming at you.
I've no idea.
What are you talking about?
Okay,
KSI, Jesus, he was the biggest screamer from all back.
Yeah, but not now. He's kind of chilled
now,
out now.
no, but Jesus, back in the street. He bet his career off there. Himself and Deji played FIFA.
Yeah.
I was watching it back in those days.
I wasn't watching, but I only started watching like YouTube the last while. But it's good.
Akini Fenwa.
I remember my little brother being really into him and me thinking, what is the next generation going to be? Then all of a sudden he was like mega world famous. Like, what the hell happened there?
But to me, like I was saying to my mother, like these lads are like Elvis to people, like to young people. They are absolute superstars, and that is the Hollywood of today. Like they love them. That's why their Logan Paul and KSI's brand, like Bottled Prime, is doing massive numbers. Like, and it's probably going to be sold for
quid a bottle.
Yeah, it's probably going to be sold for billions, like to whoever else. Prime is probably going to come and buy it. Like it was like that's a good idea. Get Prime. Amazon to buy it. Like, why not?
So they were Arsenal sponsor last season, and they're Barcelona sponsor this season.
Yeah.
Well, one of their sponsors.
Oh, they've got serious money. I'd like to be a few quid behind them. I tell you that. Remnant 2, a new Souls-like shooter developed by Gunfire Games, contains a lot of secrets, including a whole completely hidden player class. But twist, the devs hid it so well, only data miners could ever find it. Okay, talk me through this one, Aidan. Talk me through it. So you have to like hack the game.
Data mining, as people know, is when you go into the source code and try to find like file names to give you secrets and stuff. So when they were looking through that, they found a list of instructions for a quest, like really weird things, like you have to level one of the classes to level 5 with a specific skill activated, and then you have to change your items, equipment in a certain order, and then go somewhere. And when all these were done, you unlock a new class in the game, and there was legitimately zero way this was ever going to be discovered unless you did it through the data mining.
This is nuts. Someone tweeted out to lock, is it Archon or Archon?
Yeah, Archon.
Archon in Remnant 2, one must penetrate the code itself. We knew we couldn't stop data mining, so we leaned into it and created an entire archetype. Is it? Archetype that could be.
That's their word for class.
That could be shared with the community once revealed by those with the ability to see between worlds. That's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Kind of cool.
That's good.
It's like the
run with the community. Run with the community. It's a good idea.
Yes.
I was going to say it's like the anti Escape from Tarkov, because they've recently gone to war on data miners.
Have they? It's a battle.
Do you know Logical Solutions, Pat? Have you ever seen him pop up on Twitter? No.
I don't know.
He's the guy who always, like, if there's ever ammo changes and like that, he's a massive contributor to the wiki. He data mined everything basically, and they banned him, but he's back since. But they basically put out a thing like, if you are caught data mining, you will be banned. So they've basically gone to war with data miners.
It's a terrible idea for a company to do this.
Have you played this game, Remnant 2? No?
Played a bit of Remnant 1.
Friends that are really into it.
Kevin Ronan played a bit of Remnant 1. It was a lot of fun. Basically, yeah, you go around, you shoot things, you fight bosses. It's the level layout is, I believe it's a roguelike, because I can't really remember, it's been so long. And the level layout is different every time you play it. And you might be this boss or it might be that boss at the end of it, you're not sure.
This is kind of ridiculous, what you have to do to unlock this stuff. If you're wondering how you unlock the new class, here are the steps, courtesy of data miners. First, you'll need to level up 2 classes and gather some items, then equip them all. Here's the full list of stuff you need to do. Okay, there's like 7 or 8 things. Level the invader archetype to 5 with the wormhole skill active. Okay, I'm not going to read all this. There's loads of them. But that's ridiculous the way you have to do that. It's like back in the day when you just press certain buttons and you had to, but it's a lot harder.
But I do like it. Make it so needlessly complicated that you have to data mine, and the whole point was to get people data mining. And I think that is pretty clever. That's fun. That's fun.
Yeah, run in with just jump in with the community and go with it. It's kind of it makes people more creative as well. What's the next bit of news that we have? There's that many screens open. Switch. Yeah, that's it. Switch 2. Now we keep hearing little bits and bobs about it every now and again, but Nintendo is reportedly planning to release its much desired follow-up to the Nintendo Switch in the second half of 2024. And something else is coming out in 2024, supposedly now, is the next PS5 Pro. I got that during the week. That's just rumours for now, but it could be interesting to see the two of them come out at the same time. The PS5 Pro is supposed to be double the power of the PS5, so it's kind of sickening. But that's what they're going to do.
I don't think it makes that much difference.
You don't think so? I suppose it's like a higher 4K and 8K and all that crap. Yeah. Who wants 8K gaming? Honest to God. Not me. I don't have an 8K tablet. So what am I supposed to do?
I don't think it's going to be a thing for a decade.
No, probably not. Nintendo itself has exceedingly coy about the future of its hardware, often bowing out of specifics when asked. Earlier this summer, for example, when an investor asked if the Switch, which came out in 2017, was approaching its end of life, President, I won't read that name, focused on longevity of a software instead of suggesting it would be ever replaced as a different console. Yeah, well, they're always going to say that stuff. They say it until they don't. That's That's business,
Yeah.
baby. They'll never know. They'll never tell you the truth.
My biggest hope is that they don't do something silly like call it the Switcher, so people don't realize it's the next console.
They'll call it the Switchblade. Make it really skinny. I like it. I'm in.
Oh, because like it just don't the number 2 has to be in this. We do not need another Wii U situation where people didn't realize it was a new Wii.
Yeah.
What if they just switch it up and go, I'll switch it up. Go on, John, what are you saying?
Maybe they could do Switch with like the eye being like 2 eyes. It's like a Switch.
No!
Huh? That's a Switch. No, it's a
The
Switch.
The Wii U proved that people are really, really dumb.
Switch.
Do they even
Tell me
need
it'll
it?
work.
Do they even need a Switch 2? Like, what do
Yeah.
they need? Why? Like, why? What are they going to make better?
Pokemon Scarlet and Violet were pretty rough.
Were they? Like hard
that game.
and hardware.
That game is running, it's doing its best, but like you can tell that it's the hardware is not keeping up. It's like the Switch was like pretty old technology when it came out. Now
Yeah.
it's 6 years later. They've got incredible things out of it.
Yeah, it's
Like,
crazy because
that Zelda team.
yeah, it was like as you were saying, like people were giving out about the specs of the Switch when it came out, so it's no real surprise that the Switch 2. Honestly, maybe people have been thinking it came out a bit sooner, but yeah, it'll definitely sell like it's a Switch.
What if they don't call it Switch at all? What if it's a brand new thing by itself?
That's
Nintendo
probably a good idea.
Nintendo deck. There you go.
Game rectangle.
Game rectangle. Game triangle. Completely switch it up.
the game man. Instead
Throw
of
it
the
at
Game
your brother
Boy.
when you're finished.
Kind of like Game Man.
The game, man.
Game man. It's
Also, you're taking a real shot at Sony there. It's like, oh, you could never make a game. You had a Walkman, you couldn't make a game, man.
I gotta say it, and I mean nothing by it. And like, everybody is everybody. That does sound a little bit like gay man. Just,
Oh, yeah.
they're probably not going to do that.
Yeah, I'd never clicked for me. The Japanese would definitely not do that.
But maybe they just bring out the Game Boy again. Just completely switch things up. This thing, it's a brand new Game Boy. I'd buy it. If it was called Game Boy,
this
I'd
is
buy
going
it.
to sell well.
Of course, yeah, oh, definitely will. It never doesn't not sell well. It's that's just they have a market and they're keeping it. There's a beautiful new character being added to Dead by Daylight. Have you seen him? He's beautiful. I'm bringing up a screen right now. It kind of looks like no, I won't say it. When someone wakes up in the morning, they kind of look like this. They know who they are.
That's an old way of saying it.
Yeah, the next Dead by Daylight chapter will be licensed. The pre-existing character coming to the game is a pretty big bet. Is a xenomorph from Alien. The xenomorph is one of the most iconic movie monsters in existence, making its debut in 1979, Alien, and showing up in Alien, Alien 3, and Alien Resurrection. They just like memeing and just bringing in whoever the hell they want, and just brings people to the game.
Dead by
It's
Daylight
great.
Dead by Daylight does cool stuff. They will take a horror movie and be like, give me your monster and your main character and put them both in the game.
Imagine that thing ripping your head off. Holy hell.
Yeah,
I think Ripley's going to be a playable survivor as well.
that'd be cool.
I don't think it said in that one, did it? I can't remember. Maybe. If 15
Dead by
years-
Daylight is always so much bigger than I ever think it is. Like, there's such a massive community around it, especially in the streaming world. Like, anytime I look into it, like, a lot of people play this game. I've never played it once.
It's like
Anybody
Rainbow
ever
Six
play it?
Siege.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I've watched my brother play a lot of it. He loves that game, but I've never played it myself.
Oh, Rainbow Six Siege.
No,
Oh, Dead by Daylight.
Rainbow Six Siege, I think, is the same. It's another one of those games that these are games that are kind of forgotten about, but have a huge fan base to play them
Oh, there
constantly.
definitely is, yeah. I jump in and I now and again to Rainbow Six Siege. I think Ronan plays it most weeks. It's a good game. It's a very good game, but you need a team for sure to play it.
Great shooter. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's very good tactical shooter. I love them types of games. Tactical shooters are definitely up my alley. What is
I love
next?
what they did with the equipment and stuff.
Like giving it to different players and everything kind of.
Yeah, like all the different classes have like real different feel to them. Like the guys who put up, some guys put up walls and some guys set up explosives and stuff. I think it's
Yeah.
a real cool game.
No, it's great. It's a great game. It's like defending, attack and defend, attack and defend, attack and defend. It's definitely I've played it loads of times, but it used to be. I think you can get banned for it now, but there used to be a lot of team killing and stuff in it.
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to be trying to be like a realistic shooter. Let me see. Do we have there's games coming out this month? Isn't it top 10? Where are we?
Yeah.
All the big games coming out.
the
Oh,
list of
Jesus
things coming out.
Christ. Yeah. Let me see. Am I on the right bloody page at all? Nintendo is killing it right now. I don't think I am. Twitch bans, Post Malone.
The next
14 things. No further out. What's coming out? Does anyone else have it up?
Giggity.
yeah. So the month starts with Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
We've already talked about that. There's a game coming out next week that I'm really excited for called WrestleQuest.
WrestleQuest. Interesting.
WrestleQuest. It is a 16-bit style wrestling turn-based RPG.
Cool.
Everything you just
Where
said has turned me on immensely.
It looks amazing. Dave Meltzer's in it. If you know who that is.
Oh, there we go.
Awesome.
I'm on it now. WrestleQuest.
Amazing.
Is My Little Pony in it?
Yeah, but yeah, I've been super hyped for this game for a long time.
There's literally a thing in the video or the page says hype meter. WrestleQuest.
Yeah. The crowd needs to be hot for you before you hit your finisher.
Yeah.
True. What else is there? Atlas Fallen. What else?
I don't know what that game is.
Here do I? Vampire Sires.
I think that's. I think that's a game that we watched the trailer for in one of those showcases. No, I don't know what it is.
Oh, probably. There's so many of those games where like you watch them and it's just like, oh, that looks cool, and then you hear about it wasn't there, and you're like, what game? What was that?
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre is coming out. Is that? I'm presuming that's going to be like a
Dead by
Dead by Daylight game, yeah. No.
I believe
similar.
so. I think it was something similar, yeah, because I remember that was talked about for a while. I mean, maybe I'm being biased.
They did
maybe
Friday
I'm
the
thinking
13th, but they're getting rid of it now.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe I'm thinking of Friday the 13th.
Yeah, Friday the 13th was a good game,
that
but it's the
game
same
was already- I
thing.
think the game is already out.
They're getting rid of that game now, aren't
Vampire
they?
Survivors coming to Switch will be is a pretty big deal. I think that's like the perfect Switch game.
Yeah, and like that.
And
where
also
you
with
can just...
this release, they're adding couch co-op,
Nice. Always good.
which I'm very excited for. Yep, I'm very excited for.
Just
And
need
then
fight,
we
need
end
fight
the
a
month
mate now.
with maybe we end the month with I think probably one of the most exciting games of the year, Armored Core 6.
Yeah, is that out August? I thought it was out September.
25th of August. I'm so
There you go.
excited.
I'm hyped for that, and I've never played an Armored
are.
Core game in my life. That Nvidia, the Dark Souls YouTube creator made a video on it, and he was like, "This game is freaking amazing," and I
It looks so good.
I believe in From Software, even when it's a genre of a game I don't play. I'm like, do you know what? I don't care. I believe in this company, so I'll probably buy that. I might be crap at it because I don't think I've played an Armored Core game since the PS1, but I'm really looking forward to it.
What software made next year's FIFA? I play it.
I love it. Tarnished Striker. Go on. Put I would definitely watch it. You go to the goalkeeper, he's just laughing at you. Yeah, I'd definitely play that.
Just anything from software.
They do good work.
They're on maybe the greatest role of all time game development.
Yeah, people do. They have a cult following now, literally.
Yeah.
Since Demon's Souls, every game has been great.
Fair play to them and keep it up. And keep people happy. The next bit is Fame Magic, The Gathering Collector, Post Malone, buys Lord of the Rings card valued at over $2 million. My God, I am
It
sickened.
was. I wanted to put this in.
What?
So yeah, Magic the Gathering did something for the first time. They made a 1 of 1 card. It's the One Ring from Lord of the Rings in Elvish, and it is beautiful.
And is this the card?
It was in a random pack. Yes, and yeah, the guy pulled it, and Post Malone bought it. It's now the most expensive trading card of all time.
I just hope they
Logan
don't
Paul.
ruin it now. They keep. I hope they just keep it like that. I hope they don't, do sometimes they release them again.
Is nobody else afraid about Lord Sauron now that the ring is out in the world? 'Cause seriously, I think he might.
This is one of the.
Lord Sauron.
I'm a little concerned.
So there's a group. There's a group of 20,000 people that like signed up a pledge to throw it in a volcano if they popped it out of a pack.
You just see Post Malone.
That would have
like,
been very funny.
You see Post Malone like Gollum up in someone's back. No, it's mine. It's gonna happen, lads. I'm telling you. Life imitates art.
Life imitates art. Do you think?
Sure.
So yeah, it's crazy.
Simpsons, The Simpsons.
I kind of hate this stunt.
Why?
So I kind of hate this stunt because it screwed over a lot of people. So this is a cool idea. How they worked is Magic has like booster boxes and collector's booster boxes. This was available to be bought in collector's booster boxes. Collector's booster boxes MSRP for like 260 to 300, and these immediately went to 500 the moment they were like released.
Yeah, it's capitalism,
Until the
baby.
moment the One Ring was frowned, and then they went down to 160 very fast, and a lot of people were left really screwed over.
Well, they took a chance.
But yeah,
They took a chance. It's capitalism.
they did.
They should have got the whole 9.
I don't think it's good for the health of a card game.
Do you think they might have done this? Aidan, I'm not sure, but they should have done like all of them, like for lesser money, like the ones I don't know how many it is, but all the rings that went to the humans and all the rings that went to the dwarves have all the lesser rings, and they should have done all them.
They had other serialized cards. I forget what they are. They had other serialized cards, but it was only one of 1.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. The entire set value was popped up by 1 card, and like it made every other card in the set valueless in a weird way. Like I just don't think it's healthy for a card game. It's a fun stunt, but if they do it again, it'll be a bad idea.
It might bring a lot more players to the game, though. Maybe make people interested in it.
It just brings speculators to a game. These sort of just bring speculators to a game.
True. My uncle used to be big into Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I used to play it myself, but not. He used to buy boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes. Now saying that, you do get cards worth a good bit of money. I sold a card one time for €50.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's big money into it. I went to the All Ireland Championships twice as well. I used to love Yu-Gi-Oh when I was younger, and then I discovered
really?
girls. Yeah, we used to. And then I remember one year, one of the first years I turned up, and I didn't realize that there was rules and like not rules, but there was a ban list of cards, and you couldn't have Exodia in the deck.
Take your
Like,
take out your Iragakis. You change your heart.
anything, and but it was Exodia, and my whole deck was built around getting Exodia out of the pack. So that was it. Was gone. Exodia was banned, and I sit there making a new thing up. I remember we played in a game shop as well, and it was the winner got tickets to go to some Gamescom like back. I don't even remember the bloody name of it. It was years and years ago, but we won that. It was a good time. It's a good time. Bit of young when you were young. But I do see the speculations. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh was fun. And a Pokemon game, like we only collected the cards, but I never played the game ever. I think the game wasn't as good as Yu-Gi-Oh anyway.
No, it wasn't. I remember I was a child. I was probably playing it wrong, but I remember the Pokemon game being kind of basic.
Yeah.
Like very easy to kind of play it.
Started off very basic.
But
Yeah.
this is back when I was like 9, so this is when it was started off. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was the same way. Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh then was like a good game. I enjoyed Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh.
The level all of those games have gotten to since then is ludicrous.
Yeah, they're still keeping going. Like, and I'd say some of the cards are worth absolute fortune. Like Yu-Gi-Oh is probably going to be the next one. Pokemon had a rerun of the cards coming massive again. I'd say Yu-Gi-Oh is gonna do the same thing. So everyone buy Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yu-Gi-Oh had
Off this shop.
Yu-Gi-Oh had a huge.
Maybe I just missed it.
Had a huge boom at the beginning of the pandemic.
Yeah.
And
But the Yu-Gi-Oh!
it's
That
kinda
Yu-Gi-Oh!
all calmed down again now.
That Yu-Gi-Oh! Cartoon was dark. That was a dark cartoon.
Yeah.
I banish you
Yeah.
to the Shadow Realm. He's dead. That's basically it. You're sitting there watching 13, has 13, like 11, 10, 9 or whatever. You're going, that man's dead. He's never coming back.
He's never coming back.
That man just killed him with a card
it's
game.
really funny. And like the version we got's really sanitized compared to
Yeah,
how it
for what
is
they
in
have.
Days. There's one of the early episodes is they're both strapped in to their legs in a duel, and there's like an energy disc coming to zap their energy, but in the Japanese version it's just a big saw.
To start off, that's why you said King of Games, because we were supposed to be going around playing different games, and then the card game just stuck, and that worked.
That's the manga,
Exactly.
I believe, isn't it? That
Yes.
he plays more than just cards in the manga.
Yeah,
That's why he says King of Games.
Season 0.
I'm the master. Baiter.
There's an untranslated
Hey.
Season 0 as well.
I can actually go back and watch that TV show now. It's a more it's kind of adult. Like it's not. Adults could watch it just as well as young people. Do you know what I mean? I think anyway. Pokemon. I try and
Huge
watch.
fan.
You're a huge fan, are you? Ian, you're a huge fan. Yeah.
I never watched it.
You never
Yeah,
watch
my
Yu-Gi-Oh?
internet is really.
I was
slow.
never a
So I'm
Yu-Gi-Oh
not really
kid.
know what's going on.
I was never a Yu-Gi-Oh kid. I was always
Oh man, straight home from school. Straight home from school. It's the first thing on. It was on like 3:30 or 4:15 or something like that. There, or was it? No, it was. I'm thinking of secondary school, so it would have been later than that. But it was like the first thing on the Den, and I used to love it. Oh, Den
Pokemon
TV!
and
Shout
Echo
out to Den
Island.
I think it
TV.
was 3:30.
Yeah.
3:30. Yeah, I think I was like straight after school, or whatever bloody time was started. You'd be sitting there eating whatever crap you could find in the press. What else do we have to talk about? Post Malone. Do I have anything else? Oh yeah, the PS5.
One more story.
Yeah, the Sony launched PS5 software or beta 8 terabyte SSD. This is that's a big SSD, and it's going to cost $1,000. Well,
It's
M.2.
really funny.
Why?
Like the idea that buying a 450 euro PS5, like I'm gonna stick £1,000 of storage into this thing. I think it's just very funny.
I refuse to delete like those 2 or 3 games I haven't played in 2 years. God damn it! I need 8 terabytes.
It's
of
just
games
like
at one time.
Xbox is going for the live route, and they're going for the hardware. It's like, no, whatever Xbox do, we're doing the
God.
opposite. You
I
were-
just like-
I love that it's there.
yeah, that's a lot of money.
It's like buying the freaking. I'd love to get one, but like the VR2 is still more expensive than the freaking console. Do you know what I mean? It's
I don't know.
insane.
It's insane.
I don't know where they get
It's
off of
something-
this stuff. There's so much money. It's like they have different areas and they come out. It's like, okay, we've made something. We're presenting you a very expensive SSD. People will love it. They'll love it. This might be good for people with no internet, like really bad internet. Maybe, I don't know.
It's not. I have really bad internet. I'll tell you one thing. Maybe rich people with bad internets, which I don't know if that's a subset. Probably. Is. But
Go on. Sorry. Pleasure.
I'm just saying, I have bad internet, and I wouldn't shell out €1,000 for 8 terabytes. Not a chance. I'll download it overnight.
You
That's what
could
I
buy a nice PC.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have 8 terabyte storage though.
8 terabytes of hard drive storage.
Yeah, true. But I always thought they never caught on. Why did USB sticks never become a thing for games? Like if you think about it, if you had an Xvision now or anywhere you could buy them, and you put the game on the SSD on not a SSD, USB, and you could buy it USB instead of buying it like the way you could buy it in a box like a Switch box or something. Like USBs can work, couldn't they?
It's about how motherboards work.
Right.
It's about how motherboards work and how the buses between USB ports and like just because it'd have to go to the USB port to the hard drive to the CPU. It was never going to be fast enough.
What if it was just like a thing of taking it home and downloading it off that? Can that work?
Oh yeah, it could have worked. I think
Yeah.
desks were cheaper at that stage.
They're probably still cheaper now, are they? No. No, but I thought kind of would be the next step. You know what I mean? Like you could put more on it, couldn't you?
I thought at some one stage this would be a thing as well, but it seems like it was never monetarily viable.
Yeah, that's another thing. I think I mentioned it before, but imagine like going to a market and having all of them, like loads of them filled with films and loads of stuff on it, and then just selling them like you sold old DVDs.
That happened.
That does happen. Yeah, that does happen.
Stuff like
Right?
that.
That was the thing that happened.
I thought I invented that anyway.
We literally bought like it was like a. You know the kind of chunky ones, like a 2 terabyte something like Seagate. Well, what's the other company like?
Hard drive.
Hard drives, yeah. And we bought it. I can't remember where we got it from. Back of a boot somewhere probably. That was just filled with movies and TV shows. Just absolutely filled with it. This
Damn
is
it! I thought I invented it.
It's like 2010. I'd say.
2010.
Yeah.
I just thought because I never seen them in the markets. I just thought that would work. Like that would definitely work. But then a lot of people would have no clue. It'd be like, what the hell do I do with this thing? Do you know what I mean? Discs are so easy, just put them in and away you go. Anyway,
There used to be a company called, I think it was Iowana, and they used to sell a thing called Screenplay, which was like a hard drive, but also it had a HDMI out and it had a remote, so it was a media player as well. And there was a boy in Fakar that used to sell those filled with stuff, and they were amazing.
Nice. Well, they're still good on today. Let's face it. But they're cutting down. It's just a lot easier to get stuff these days than it used to be. If you've got a decent internet connection, like you're sorted. And you know what? I suppose not everybody knows what they're doing on a computer either. I keep thinking sometimes that everyone knows what you know, but they don't. You know what I mean? So it's probably a lot harder for some people to get onto things.
Yeah. I always try to teach people how to sail the seas if they want to.
Sail the seas.
Sail the seas. Yar, bitch.
Well, like to be fair, with the amount of streaming services these days, is ridiculous. Like you can't afford them all. You can't. Like
you can't. They're all raising their prices, and they're all not paying their writers. It's crazy.
I've got that Now TV.
My whole thing is like.
No, go on, Aidan. You're kind of catching up here. Go on.
I was going to say, I pay for Crunchyroll, so therefore I have the right to download all anime, is the way I always see it. I pay for Netflix, so I can get whatever films and TV shows that I want.
Yeah, I pay for Netflix, I pay for Prime, I pay for Disney, I pay for YouTube, I pay for them all.
It's insane when you think about it. I'm the same.
Now TV, but I don't watch it. Like, I'll be honest, last time I really watched it, every now and again on a Sunday I might go in and see if there's a movie on it, but very rare. The last thing that was good on it was The Last of Us, and before that was Game of Thrones. And that's just the one feckin' channel. Sky Atlantic. Like, it's, HBO, like, that's it.
And it's Now TV gets a lot of use out of me. I use it to watch the matches. I'm still
football and stuff like that.
But
so expensive though.
Yeah, it's very expensive. But like freaking Prime, I'm just sitting here waiting for Invincible and The Boys, and then sure I'm done with Prime pretty much for another year or two.
I use it for delivery.
I kind of Prime kind of reminds me of, you know, the way we used to have X Division is Netflix, and then Prime is that shop on the corner in a senior town that I used to go into for all these, and they used to have all the old movies and maybe a couple of the new ones, and that's it.
Yeah,
that's Prime to me.
these weird movies that he made himself. You know? I made these. I don't want to see your movies, man.
Two for a fiver. Come on, no.
I don't want to see your movies.
Any more news for the week, lads? Where's that? We're running out of time here. Well, we've got 10 minutes left.
I think we've run out of stories.
We have. But it's good to be back, and we'll try and get back next week. Again, we've lost all our viewers. Usually about 50 people here, I swear. But I'm going to start putting up some shorts again. I put one up the other day, and we'll do some TikToks. I'm going to try to make some new long form videos as well. And the wipe is coming up too.
Allegedly. We know what's coming up in the next month. That's as much information.
It's going to come up at the end of the month, I'd say. I'm telling you, Pesley knows. I don't give a what anyone tells me. He knows. Like they can shite on all they want. He knows when the wipe is starting.
Streamer luck.
Huh? What's that?
Good old streamer luck.
No, it's not streamer luck. Thing tells him. The man Nikita tells him. Like he told him when he is the number one Tarkov streamer. Like for Nikita anyway, maybe not for the Tarkov community itself. I think more of them like that other fellow. What's the man's name? The absolute mental case with the gun.
Oh, Landmark.
He's a nut job. Everyone loves him. He's a great player, like, but I think more Pesley's better with the communication and cares more about the game. Tag Landmark. Go at me, bro.
I love Pesley. I'm watching last year's Raid series or the Hardcore series at the moment. Yeah.
Do you know what I was thinking, John? There's a lot of the game that I haven't seen. Like I always get to a certain point with the hardcore or with the normal thing. I never watch the whole lot, and I always get to a certain point and I stop watching. It happens all the time. Even the game, I stopped playing. Like a level 30 is kind of the most I've ever got to. It'd be interesting to see. Like I was in Lighthouse the other day, and I enjoyed it. It's a great map, and the streets is a great map, and the PCs, like it's killing the game. That was brilliant. Getting like loads of frames. I love it.
That's I know where you're coming from, man. Like that's the same. That's why I think I still don't know those maps because I've never actually gone out and done that on them.
Yeah.
Like but it's weird because like reserve, you get reserve quests and lighthouse quests very early on and stuff. Not early on, but like in the mid numbers, like 20s and stuff like that, you do have quests. I just never. I'm usually kind of winding down around that. I think I don't level up as fast as other people, and then like after about a month of playing, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's not like because I would love to stay going because I think the quests just get a little bit too tricky, a little bit tedious. Some of them.
No, 100%. It's more of a thing is that you've done it so many times as well.
But we've done the same quest over and over.
Yeah, that's what they need to change it up a bit.
I'd love to get to those later quests though. I do, and every year I do say I'm at least going to get to 42, and I want that. I've set it for the last 2 wipes. I want to get to 42. That's max traders.
Have you got to level 42 before?
No, I think like 36 was the highest I've ever gotten to.
Aiden, you gonna play it or what? Come on.
No.
I think his interest completely gone, is it?
I don't know. Or that, or he hates Tarkov. One or the other.
Yeah, I think he's gone.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
All right. Yeah, I can hear you again.
All right, no, you're gone there. We're asking you, will you ever play Tarkov?
Yes.
Yes?
Oh, probably not.
Never. Did you buy it?
I did buy it. I don't see myself having time. Well, not for ex-wife having time. I have
It is
a ridiculous year for games.
It is a big time sink. I'll be honest. It's a ridiculously time. We'll leave it there.
It was the first game it was one of those games that I played where I was like, oh, I'm going to need like 50 hours before I'm even comfortable in this game. Well, I felt like my first play.
Yeah, that's all of us.
I'm still not comfortable with the game, and that's a lie, number one. no, I'm definitely not comfortable with that game.
No, I don't think loads of people aren't. I'm definitely not great. I need to work on get my sensitivity right and my control or my mouse and stuff like that as well.
Yeah, I think it's same.
And stop shitting myself. There's someone there. We'll leave it there. Please do hit the follow button. We should hit 1,000 subs or followers, whatever you want to call it, on YouTube. It is subs on YouTube, isn't it? Not followers. Yeah. We should hit. We should hit it this year. We're averaging about 10 a week or something. If we do more content, we get more followers. Imagine that. Aiden, it's written right there. Aiden616. That where we can find you.
Don't. I'll get back to people at the end of August when I have time to do things again.
Okay.
And then to start streaming at the end of August once I get like time. Just this summer is insane.
Are you gonna pick a specific game, or are you gonna be a variety streamer, or what do you think?
Probably streaming Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh, like the card game, or is that that sounds good.
Yeah, well, yeah. There's
what I figured out is if you want to be a streamer, pick one game because that's the way a lot of people. It's very hard to be a variety streamer. Very, very hard. John, what are we up to? Where can we find you?
You can find me at 2O for Gaming. That's TOOOLD4 Gaming. You can find me on YouTube, maybe Twitch. I don't know when I come back stream. I don't know where I'm going to go. And then you can find me on that name on X. Go give it to you. And everywhere else.
What a ridiculous thing to do, that fella. Lost so much respect from him. He changed it to X.
He's a child.
But like it was stupid. Like Twitter is so well known. Like so well known. It's like one of the biggest brands in the world. It's up there with Coke. Like Twitter. Everybody knows Twitter. Like, and it's a ridiculous thing to do to change the name to X. X is gonna be gone.
Hey, listen, it's fine because now I can explain away all those X videos I've been watching.
Yeah, X.
He banned X video.
He banned your man that had the number, it had the thing, didn't he?
Yeah.
I didn't pay him.
That might be a legal case.
It's hard to know. It depends what's in their terms and conditions.
Yeah, because Twitter handles, it was revealed a couple of years ago, are considered like an actual property. Again, they have real value. Because there was a guy who got hacked and lost the C account, and single digit Twitter accounts are worth tens of thousands. Well, they used to be, but they're not worth anymore. There's X.
Yeah, just like the first tweet was worth so much money. The poor lad got stuck with it then for nothing. I go on it sometimes to check. To be honest, it's more like politics, and I look for politics and crypto stuff, and it's not. I don't. That's the only thing I really use it for.
I go to old fashioned doom scroll. That's essentially what I do on X.
Yeah.
I go to laugh at freaks.
Well, come to my page. I'll show you something weird. If you're just jumping in, you can watch the VOD back, and I'll be putting this podcast up on all the podcast wherever you get your podcast tomorrow. Please hit the follow button. Please hit the follow button. Check us out on TikTok. Check us out on the Republic Players community. Check out the Alpha Fox TV. He's trying to get over to his partner. He's very close, so watch his videos. Very good with the guides, and he does a lot of what else? He's playing shooting games like myself. Please come back next week and watch again. We'll be live at 9 o'clock. I promise. Even if it's just me sitting by myself, I'll do it. Thank you so much.